Hi everyone, I'm Courtney and April from Schneider Driver Recruiting. Today we're here with Henry, one of our training engineers, asking a couple of quick questions about our inexperienced orientation.
And one of the biggest questions that we get from a lot of our drivers as recruiters is, what do I pack for over-the-road training?
So over-the-road training is typically 5 to 6 days, could be maybe 7 days. So you've got to pack at least enough underwear and socks for those days. You don't necessarily have to bring 6 pairs of pants or 6 shirts. Just whatever you're comfortable with in terms of having a change of clothes. Certainly shirts and shoes. You'll need to bring your safety shoes. And then beyond that, know that you can actually bring like 2 bags to your training event, and then you can leave the larger bag at the training center. While you're out on the road, we don't need to have that great big bag in the truck. It's fairly limited on space, so the smaller bag, like a duffel bag or something like that, is terrific to bring along.
So a question off of that then is, while you're out on the road, I know that you guys are sleeping here in the truck. So as far as bedding, blankets, can you cover that a little bit more?
Sure. A lot of our drivers, newer drivers, will bring a sleeping bag if they happen to have a sleeping bag with them. I know if you fly in, some of this gets kind of bulky. But a sleeping bag and a pillow, usually the training engineer does not supply bedding supplies. You can imagine that would be a little bit of a headache for them for every student and all of that. So whatever you're comfortable with, if you need a special pillow, if you have your favorite pillow and you've already brought it with, bring it along.
Perfect. Now we talked to is say bring along cash for your meals or whatever it does. Tell them what's the best advice you can give in terms of trying not to eat out all the time, but yet being healthy while in the truck too.
So in your conversations with your training engineer, they will call you usually the weekend before you go out, and in those conversations he will clarify what he's got on board in terms of cooling capacity. In my case, I happen to have a refrigerator because I have a new truck. Some of the other trucks don't happen to have that. They might have a cooler, they might have an electronic cooler, and they'll give you a sense of how much you can bring with you. But you do want to bring your own snacks, your own munchies, the things that you like to snack on, and perhaps, if it's possible, a thing or two to bring for a meal, particularly breakfast. Breakfast is sometimes very difficult on the road because we get out there and we may not stop at a truck stop. We might stop at a rest area, or we may be stopped at a customer where we spent the night overnight because they're going to unload us first thing in the morning. So you want to bring whatever you can. And then cash is really important. I know a lot of younger drivers tend to only want to work off their debit card. Not everybody takes Apple Pay or their debit card. So you need to actually have cash. You know, the green stuff that gets in your wallet, along with the jingly stuff that goes in your pocket that I know many of you find very annoying. It's so perfectly okay. You need to bring some of that.
Not every stop may have PayPal or anything like that.
Yes. So, and if you're looking for a number, whatever you think you would need for the week, typically as a driver, I try to have about $100, $150 in cash with me. Sometimes that doesn't quite work out the way I want it to, but that's generally my goal.
Good. Perfect. Awesome. Well, Henry, I appreciated that. And if you have any other additional questions, definitely feel free to ask in the video or give your recruiter a call. Everybody is a little different, but I really appreciate the insight, Henry. That really helps out.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Yep. I hope to help.